about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Eni could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your aunt, Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt... Everything is going... Ow. Okay, I think I know who this is. I thought it was Mia at first. Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma! Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me even though we're the same age. Man, I didn't realize just how tall Francisco was compared to Maya. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we will know who the real winner is. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Eenie Meenie had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Meenie and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Meenie, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past. Miss Meenie, if you please. Okay. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... Okay. It's also been a little bit since I've last played, but let's see if we can still pull this together. That was, last year, in May. Something really bad had happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was, driving. I was, totally pooped too, so I, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, woke up because of a jolt, and, it was a sea of flames around me. I, opened the door and, got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. No! Those were merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip. Yes. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did, in fact, drug Miss Meenie's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. You know, I just thought of this. Hear me out. Is Eenie actually not actually Eenie? Because I just realized that from going to the clinic, it was basically she was so disfigured there was no way you could possibly prove, who it was. There just happened to be a picture on the driver's license. And the look looks exactly like Meenie. So I'm wondering if that's going to be the ultimate angle that I'm approaching this. That Eenie Meenie is not actually Eenie Meenie. That Eenie actually died in the accident, and Meenie is the one that's been masquerading as her. I don't know if it's just because, Chaotica and I have been playing Martha's Dead, so I don't know if I have that on the brain. But we'll see. We'll see if I'm totally off base on this. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, like that was in May too. Like the thing with all the patients dying was like May 2nd. And like our accident was like on the 24th. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was like totally tired, so that's why, duh. Okay, so nothing really there to try to attach to anything. Something really bad happened at my sister's clinic, which was the malpractice that led 14 patients dead. That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? Like, I heard it was cause the medicines, like, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Mimi Minnie? Like, no way! Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis. Objection! That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Minnie's fault. Which means as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Minnie is the one who made the mistake. But, like, it really wasn't my sis! And the night of the incident, his sister was tired while she was driving. She was totally tired? You mean exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It was, like, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? So then why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True, true. But, like, I don't, like, have a driver's license. But, like, I don't have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Minnie. Miss Minnie, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, anyway. We got it. Okay, I was totally pooped, so I fell asleep at the passenger. My sis was... I was totally pooped, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like, it was at, like, 1 AM or so, I think. I had, like, a paper due, like, really soon. So, like, I hadn't slept and was working, like, real hard. So, it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened. I woke up because of a jolt and there was a sea of flames around me. And your sister? What happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was, like, totally black, and there was, like, a ton of smoke. I, like, totally had, like, no clue what was going on. Okay. Opened the door and got away. Please tell us about your escape in more detail. I, like, kept wanting to forget that time. So, like, I don't remember things about the accident in, like, detail anymore. Well, it's alright. No need to push yourself. I think I, like, gave an interview after the accident. Like, that would probably be the most accurate, you know? If it's that article, then I've already got it. So that doesn't really do anything. Because the article... I was totally tired and dropped to sleep. There was a crash. I woke up to a sea of flames, opened the door, and got out. I don't remember anything else. So yeah, that doesn't help us at all. Ah, okay, so that was added to the end. I didn't have my license, so I couldn't take over driving. I was wondering, because it was like... Oh, shoot. Because I was wondering, like, where exactly, like, this part was. It was like, wait, what? Okay. And that's why you're in the passenger seat? Like, yeah. I was, like, at my college's research lab till, like, really late. So my sis was, like, giving me a ride home. I see. Phoenix. Yes? You can't do this. You're being too easy on her. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. I already know, Mia. I just wanted to see what she would say. I didn't have my license. And we know that that isn't true. Objection! Miss Minnie. That was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Minnie?
That's right. Yeah, I had, like, a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident.
No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so.
What are you talking about? What, are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director?
Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how did you know he was perverted? No one cares! Witness, when did you receive your driver's license?
Like, last November.
What? November?
The accident happened last May. That's half a year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Minnie did not have a driver's license. Ah!
Cry, and my whip will accommodate.
Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers.
I'm, like, glad you get it, but, like, even if I had my license, I, like, don't think my sis would've, like, let me drive.
Huh.
Ah! Don't just stand there, do it yourself.
Not you too, Mia! With the whip and the pain and the... Ow!
Miss Minnie, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? Huh? That's because...
I think this situation calls for a more detailed testimony. Miss Minnie, if you please.
Like, how annoying. Oops, like, I'm sorry, didn't mean to be mean.
Alright. Why would you not be allowed to drive Mimi's car?
Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars, and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car. She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too.
A valley girl like her saying the word noob seems really weird to me, but okay. I see. A bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... Okay, I didn't see anything immediately jumping out at me with that. Around the time I was really close to getting a license. So, what do you mean by really close?
Like, I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they're called.
Permit?
Wow, the big-name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is.
Well, this lawyer never had a permit.
Ah! Ignorance is to be whipped.
What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense.
So, like, may I continue?
Yeah, out of everything that's like what is distinctly Japanese versus American, that very much sticks out to me. Like, that's very a Japanese thing. Because in America, it's really hard to basically get away with not having a license. Unless you're really good at being able to carpool or have a lot of money to spend on rideshare, which that wasn't even really a thing back when this game came out. Okay, my sister was a big fan of cars and really valued them. She valued cars? How much would you say she valued her car?
Well, like, she'd flip out at, like, a drop of rain. And, like, she would notice if someone, like, touched the car door with dirty hands.
In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? I mean, that's a good point, but why'd you take such special care of the car?
How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car!
New car?
Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer?
I would think that car's getting dirty is just another fact of life, but I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. Phoenix, try asking something of more significance, alright? Well, Miss Minnie, what kind of car was it? Okay, so that didn't really do anything. But I mean, if you're doing it for a collection, then yeah, that's definitely, although Phoenix's point still stands. Anyway, enough just dawdling. It was a new car?
Yeah. She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK.
The UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials? Judge. Really?
And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive.
I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. Press it, we got nothing else to do. I really don't know anything about cars. I have a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor. Yes? Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. You mean the part about it being a special import car? Yes. Well, if you like cars that much, then
That's not my point!
though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Miss Minnie, would you please fix your testimony?
Sure, whatever.
Okay. My sister's new car was a totally special model from England. Okay. Still not entirely sure where this is going, but whenever there's an amended testimony, that's usually when I have to press on the lie. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! If it was from the passenger seat, what side of the car would the passenger side be on? Because if it was specifically imported from England, it would be reversed from what it would be in the United States. I yelled hold it pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars. Ask for the heck of it! So yes. What am I supposed to pick for a topic? Let's start with this. Why are British cars good?
Like, huh?
They're expensive, and their driver's seat is opposite to ours here in the States. It would seem there is no benefit to owning one.
Like, huh?
This whole steering wheel on the right side thing, it's kind of goofy, isn't it?
You! What do you know? That sleek shape, that was the way the engine, the way the moves started, the manual transmission.
Oh, forgive me. The personality really changes at the drop of a hat. It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case. I think it is what I think it is. That my prediction, which was just kind of just there, that just popped into me as I hit the record button. It might actually be true. But let's keep pressing, and then we'll look through our evidence to see what we can figure out. Was your sister good at driving?
she was, like, totally awesome. She, like, said she was going to be the, like, racing queen of the nursing world.
Somehow, I think she bumped my question off track again. That's how we ended up in the passenger seat. And that was when the accident occurred, correct?
Like, yeah. I, like, immediately reached for the passenger side door and fled, like, in a daze.
Sounds like you had a terrifying time.
There's something very big here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a natural-sounding testimony. But we have to attack it, and by doing so, a flaw will show itself. It has to.
Do you really think so?
Believe. There is a path. I know it.
Huh. Yeah, almost sounded like a prophet for a second there. She is a spirit medium. Okay. Special import from England. What exactly can I present here? Driver fallen asleep. There was this crash. Opened. There it is! But I opened the right door and got out. That is it. Miss Minnie, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You said this in it. But I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's correct, isn't it?
Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that?
Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat? The left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's is on the left side. That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite? The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side. What do you mean by this? Miss Minnie, you said that you would escape using the right side door of the car. But if you are sitting there, then that means you are in the driver's seat. Order! Order in the court! Order! 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 Mr. Phoenix Knight is babbling nonsense again! Edie said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Minnie. That is what Eni said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eni or Mimi? Who was really driving that night? Oh boy. Okay, so do I go with my crazy assumption or... The fact that Eni went off on a huge tangent leads me believe that it was indeed Mimi, who was actually driving, but who got out on the right side door. The answer is the one person who had her driver's license. Minnie. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Minnie, was the one in the driver's seat. Which leads us to the next question. The next question? Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. Oh my god! Holy crap! Five? I don't Here, I'm making a save state right now. Holy crap. Like, I truly believe I'm right on this, but holy crap, this had got me scared. This witness's real name is... Mimi Minnie. Mimi Minnie. That is your real name.
Objection!
Of all the foolish dribble! Then, how do you explain her appearance? This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right! It's a picture of her younger sister! No! But Mimi Minnie, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then, the bodies they found at the crash site. That was the body of the real Eenie Minnie. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Minnie? That car accident 1 year ago, the one who died that night was Eenie Minnie. Her sister Mimi then stole her face and was reborn as Eenie. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Minnie from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Minnie. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Minnie was still in fact alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Miss Von Car- Ah! Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right. I admit it. My real name is Mimi Minnie. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end! And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi, too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi Minnie wanted her old self to disappear because of this. Okay, now I'm kind of lost. Why did she want to disappear? Oh, you know what? The patients that died. She wanted to run away from the mistake that she made.
Take that!
That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Meanie Minnie. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Meanie Minnie had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination.
That jerk! If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo?
Becoming Eni had been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult, I hate it! I hate it all!
I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as, why did Miss Minnie choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay.
This is preposterous! I'm perfect! Me! Franziska von Karma!
I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss Von Karma. How about you? It's gonna be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is.
And one more for good measure!
Phoenix?
Phoenix! Hang in there, Phoenix! Phoenix! This court is a fraud! A sham!
Now then. It looks like it'll be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. Oh, I love that Phoenix is even not just there. That is all. This court is adjourned. Interesting. So at least Maya's innocence has been proved, but only Mimi has been convicted. Her accomplice is still out there, which is very interesting. Congratulations, Maya.
Sis!
It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing?
Sis! Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I?
No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream.
You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent.
A familiar scent?
I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago.
That's right. There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Minnie had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then you and Lana would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fay who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh?
Nick!
Congrats, Maya.
Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam.
Well, you know. But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey, Nick! Tell me! Tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible! Why would she help Mimi Minnie with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick! Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer! The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... Oh god, do I even have anything for that? Pearl, maybe? Oh god. I don't have the picture that she has of Misty. Not to mention, I'm not even entirely sure we used this. I don't really think I have anything. I don't see Misty Faye here. There's Ami Faye. Whatever, Pearl is the closest thing that I can find. Am I really sure about that? I know this doesn't really matter at this point. But that's literally the only thing I can think of. There's the Magatama, but that's Maya's anyway. Newspaper about the accident. There's the folding screen. That's just Kurain on it. Key doesn't have anything. The floor plans don't really have anything. I do think that it's just Pearl. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Certainly not the urn. Because I don't think Morgan even knew about that. I am just going to say Pearl, and we'll go from there, because that's literally the closest thing that I can find to Misty. Pearly? 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Kurain Village. And that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then? The Branch family. My aunt. No. Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearl's. Everything was done for her sake. It was all so that Pearl's would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying, I thought so. So even she knew. Date and time unknown. Solitary confinement cell. What? My precious Pearl. You are the only one suitable to be the master of Kurain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless, main family girl. That Maya Faye. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Okay, so she did get her just desserts in the end as well. And with that, we have finished off our second case. So we are going to call it a day there. So, next time on Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. We're going to move on to the third trial, which curiously has Francisca in the foreground. Very prominent there, too. Maybe we'll learn a bit more about her? Or maybe we'll finally get to know what the heck happened to Edgeworth! But we'll find out more next time. So, until then, everyone, take care.